Welcome, my beautiful souls, to another edition of the Soul Surgery Oracle reading for this week, my beautiful souls. So, with no further ado, let's just go straight in. We've got four different cards basically that we're going to be working with today. So, in the purpose, we're going to be looking at the God cards, the Kemetic God cards. We've got some Aboriginal cards for the what we're learning. We've got Aleister Crowley, Thoth Deck for what's currently going on right now. And then we have the Yogic Path for what action we should be taking. So this is all about spiritual cultivation, my beautiful souls. We're not here as fortune tellers. We are here to read energies. By reading the energies and knowing what's going on a metaphysical level allows us to tune in. And this is how we get real change, my beautiful souls. So let's go. Let's see what God we're working with today. So when we talk about the gods or the deities, my beautiful souls, we're talking about a faculty within ourselves, an energy frequency, or a conscious level, which is also a frequency that we are vibrating on. So for the focus for this week, our ultimate purpose, we've got the God here, Nefertem, my beautiful souls. Can you see? Nefertem. Sorry, looks like it's a bit dark. But the word Nefertem says it all. The word Nefer kind of denotes to a form of righteousness, right? A form of purity, a form of ascension, one could say, into their higher self, right? And then you also have the Tum, which is just bringing us back to our essential self, which might be seen as Tem. So we're saying that as a consciousness, we are a conscious, creative force, or that's what our will is, and we all possess will. So we all have the potential to rise our will, our creative force, to its highest levels, back to the levels of its originality, back to the supreme intelligence. So raising it from your sacral, not your sacral, from your root, base, animalistic, kaya bit or sahu, animal self, into your highest divinity. This is what this all represents. You can see with the symbology, we have, what do I call that again? It's like a water lily. Yeah, I forgot the actual name, right? But you see that it opens to the sun, right? The sun is symbolic of light, symbolic of the supreme consciousness, my beautiful souls. You can also see the key of life, which is the Ankh. The Ankh contains within it the creative force, the word of power, the Heku, which is the U or the Ang, which denotes the Ankh, my beautiful souls. So it's saying that you as a creative being have the ability to manipulate life force energies. What is life force energies? Life force energy is everything that's in manifestation. So that's human beings, animals, plants. It's the whole universe, my beautiful souls. It is also the concept of male and female, will and power, male being the will, and the feminine being the power, the life force in its most fertile, abundant state, my beautiful souls. And then you can see these plumes. These plumes like link us back to Ma'at, or a double righteousness. So if you know with Ma'at, she's all about being in alignment, walking in truth, harmony, justice, understanding that all things are connected. Nothing stands alone. There's an interconnection and interrelationship between all things. So most people are focused on their so-called individuality, standing out, being separate from the others. And that is kind of an illusion. The word individual denotes the word indivisibility and the word duality. So something that is attached to something else and cannot be separate, but it stands in its own format, but as part of something, like yin and yang, my beautiful souls. So this Nefertem, as you can say, is saying renewal and rebirth. There is an essence for us to clean up our shit. Basically, my beautiful souls, is clear out what no longer serves you. This is the concept of real sacrifice. Right, when we're looking, you can see all these blues bringing out to me like sacral energy, how we see ourselves. The purity of, see all these waters. It's like, is your water this elegant, this bright, or has it been tainted? Has it been tainted through the life experiences you've gone through? Are you holding on to a false image of yourself? Are we allowing our traumas to inhibit us? Are we just acting out of impulse, which will just be our animalistic self? So this is about refinding your divinity, my beautiful souls. That is the ultimate purpose. Hence the renewal and rebirth, because we all experience, you could say, minimal two deaths. The actual death, right, which releases you from the physical flesh, right? And then you have more of a spiritual death, a phoenix death, you could say, right? Which is your consciousness elevating. Basically, you free yourself, or you free your will, right, from the tyranny of your emotions. So you no longer feel and then act. You feel, you think, or you process, right, and then you act. So there is no reaction or impulsiveness here. There would only be reasoning and intuition, my beautiful souls. Because intuition is the higher aspect of your impulse, my beautiful soul. This renewal and rebirth, again, this is remembering who you and what you are, what you come here for, what is your soul contract, what gifts did you come with. Do you understand? So this is letting go. This is a letting go. Nefertem is let go of your personality, let go of your ego, let go of the world and what it's told you, what you are, or what you've accepted, the social constructs, the people, your friends, politics, religion, culture, all of that which has shaped you. This is now going back to the original, ultimate creative force, which is Source, the supreme intelligence. So you obviously share in that supreme intelligence. That's why you are a conscious being and you have a will, my beautiful souls. But being born the way we are born, we're born as we grow. We think we grow into adulthood, but we are spiritually children, right? So this is the Nefertem for the whole week, right? Is refining your balance. What does that look like for you? As we get down to the action, we will break that down, my beautiful souls. So let's keep going. Let's look at what it's saying here. Concerned and reassured, my beautiful souls. So this is what we're learning here. Why do I get the essence of, especially with the number adding up to number 5, 2, and 3, right? Is that some of us are carrying some issues to do with fitting in, or how society will see you, or whether you will be accepted in this new version of yourself. Or this could be your own self-doubt, like you doubt that you are as great as you really are. Do you know? So it's like you downplay your greatness, or the responsibility of greatness, or the responsibility of being seen, or the responsibility of fame, right? Or acknowledging your talents and your gifts, your healing aspects, right? This concerns you. So it's almost like as if we are too focused on the actual programming and the shaping factors of our past. It's almost like misery loves company, and we seem to be keeping our trauma, right, company. Basically, this is what it's saying. So it's this reassurance. We want reassurances, but the only reassurance we can get is from the divine, right? That's the only thing that you walk with constantly, that you're constantly in alignment with, even if you don't know it, right? All other reassurances can perish. So whether that's the reassurance of a friend, a lover, a parent, right, or you buying nice things to make you not realize your own insecurities and all of this kind of goodness, they're all false and illusionary, my beautiful souls. So this is something that we're really going to be having to work on this week. And because of this energy is bringing in, I feel like a fiery energy, right? So this is definitely something to do with our impulses. It's like we're doing this automatic, hence why we will probably need to do the rebirth, go through this renewal, right? So the renewal again is a cleansing, but this cleansing is going to involve a reflection. This is not about performing empty rituals, my beautiful souls, you know, using crystals and incense and all of that stuff. This is about spending time with yourself and checking yourself, basically looking in the mirror and being honest to yourself about where you lie to yourself, where you dim your light. Do you understand? Where do you seek security, which is an illusion? We all have a moon sign, right? And the moon sign represents your security, but your moon sign also represents, yeah, this actually looks like a moon actually when you think about it. Your moon sign actually represents your soul's ability to transcend, my beautiful souls. And the only way that your soul can transcend is by you reshaping your identity. So a lot of us have a false identity. Everybody has a false identity, or they're born into this false identity, because as a child you imitate this. Another energy of the moon concept, and the moon regulates your life force, my beautiful souls. That's the role it plays in astrology. It reflects the light of the sun, but going through every sign over 2.5 days, what it does, it regulates the solar force. And if you know, the sun is symbolic also to the life force energy that you carry within you, your prenatal chi, the energy that you have to sustain you through this lifetime, my beautiful souls. So this is a process of re-identification. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Because that's really what it's about. It's about knowing what you are, essentially. But then whom you want to be is your willingness to explore this world, or to go through certain, or to instigate certain experiences. So again, this is taking it away from the 9 to 5s, my beautiful souls, the gender roles, the social roles that you pick up in society, that we label ourselves by our work, by the friends we have, the money we have. All of these things are illusions, right? And we want to strip that away so that we could see our most authentic self, right? Who would you be and what would you be doing if you never had the burden of parenthood, or the burden of finances, right? Or, you know, whatever other issues that you may be suffering at this particular time, right? Because the illusion that you cannot perform or do this is what the illusion is. It's like, if you can fabricate this dream away from the illusion of being stuck or inhibited, then the dream can be manifested. So it's actually the inhibition, or the role that you're playing, this false image or mask that you're wearing, which becomes the hindrance, which is the illusion, my beautiful souls. So just to reiterate, right, there is no reassurance. The only reassurance you have is the reconnection back to the supreme intelligence that rules all things within this universe, manifested all things in this universe. You and it are one. You have a will. That will makes you a creator, my beautiful souls. But the question is, are we using our life force to create the things and the experiences that we want? Or is our life force being depleted because we're entertaining social, habitual, I call them rituals, you know, which we do just so we can fit in or feel accepted? Again, it's false, my beautiful souls. That's what Spirit's saying. So let's see what's going on currently. We have the Ace of Wands, my beautiful souls, in reverse. Right, so I told you about this life force energy. I could feel it, right? I could feel that the life force energy is either depleted, or it's sleeping, it's dormant, it's not aroused, it's not stimulated, my beautiful souls. It's like we're feeling afraid to take a risk. So we're feeling afraid to act on an intuitive impulse as opposed to a emotional impulse. So there's about knowing the difference. So in this upright position, this would be a new idea. This would be I have to bring my little wand out. This would be enterprising, that spirit of enterprising. The seed has awoken, basically. Someone aroused the seed. You dare to dream. You dare to see your higher self. You dare to feel the inclination that you're worth more, my beautiful souls. You dare to awaken, or what's the word? It's like you're ruffling the feathers, or the matrix is starting to glitch. Right, that's what it would really mean in this upright. So in the reverse, again, it's like we don't understand that for us to achieve everything, it's not about willpower, it's about will and power. So the will has to be strengthened, right? And the actual life force energy that we need to use to perform the task or to manifest, right? That needs to be empowered. So again, if this could be that our routine is out of sync, we're not eating right, we're not sleeping well, right? All of these things could deplete your emotions. You could be concerned, again, stuck in this energy, in this doubt, this fear, this need to please people or to fill in whatever that energy be. It could be that energy that's actually eating at your life force energy, my beautiful souls. So let's go. Now we're looking at the 4 discs, right? This is a Capricorn card, my beautiful souls. The sun in Capricorn. I think that we're imprisoned. In the imprisonment that we have is called security, right? It's like it's a false security. Like where you are, you've become too comfortable, but you know this, right? But because this comfortability is providing some form of regularity. So for an example, it could be, do you know what? The job you're doing, it provides the money. It's not the money that you're gonna need to enact the dream or to allow your talents to shine. But you know what? It puts food on your table right now. It feeds you, your children, it clothes you, puts a roof over your head, right? So you can see how that form of security in one sense is productive, but again, in the sense of your dream, right? You're working so many hours, you're burnt out. There is no time for you to focus on something else, to work on a different plan, right? Or to have the energy to actually implement that. So it's almost like the 4 disc will ask for you to be more frugal. But what I feel like it's asking is that y'all need to be more frugal with the energies that we're expending right now, right? Are we working too hard for too little, right? In your relationships as well, are you giving too much and not receiving something of value back? There seems to be an imbalance in the life. Maybe this is with your parenting, right? It's like you're blaming the children as they, you know, I can't do this, it's the children, or you know, the children, there's a lot, they take up a lot of my time and blah blah blah. But again, that is it, that, or is it that we are lacking discipline and structure to a way that accounts for your needs as well as the children's needs, right? Or is it a position that you haven't changed from the children have been born till now? You haven't realized that the children have more independence and you will have more control or focus to, no, more, you have the ability to redirect that over control or focus on the children and siphon some of that back onto yourself. So it's almost like we're using control as an excuse in some area of our life, right? It's the area of structure and stability, where this Capricorn energy, linking it back to, let's say, the 10th house, it should be about your career, where the 6th house is more about what you do to generate an income. So this is more about, where this is why it says power, my beautiful souls, right? Is because you can ground your ideas, you can ground your intention with the right amount of disciplined energy. That means taking the right steps at the right time. So if you have a routine and it's disciplined, you have a plan, you're not expending, you're not wasting, everything is accounted for. So whether that's the household needs, the children, your business idea, your spiritual cultivation, right? There's no excuse for anything to be neglected. We feel that we have to pour all of our focus into one particular thing, right? All the time, consistently, for it to be successful. And we can't juggle. Juggling is more about discipline and planning and structure. If the discipline and we have the structure, then we're able to do numerous things equally. But we can't do that if the plan or the structure isn't balanced. It's like building the house on pillars, but all 3 of the pillars are 100 meters long, and then there's one pillar that's like, I don't know, 85 meters long, and it's out of balance. So everything you build just seems like it's basically leaning to one side, my beautiful souls. And we won't want to do that, because we're not trying to burn ourselves out, and we're not trying to keep ourselves in this inhibited state, right? So there's an over concern, which is creating too much control and inhibition and stagnation, my beautiful souls. It could be maybe creating some of this miser energy as well, where we're not actually spending our money where we need to. We're not putting the money behind our dreams. So you go to work, but what do you spend your money on? You surely have a little bit of money to put behind the dream, or put behind a new health regime, right? Whether that's going to gym, buying equipment or whatever, or changing the food that you're eating. So it's also that kind of energy as well, my beautiful soul. So let's look at the action. What is needed? Ooh, very, 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 very interesting. Right. You see me talk about the moon, and now you've got a little moon right there. We've got asana. So on the yogic path, asanas are basically what we would call yogic postures, right? So what everyone calls yoga, oh, I'm doing yoga, and then you're doing asanas, right? Those are the yogic postures, the stretches. So if the life force is somewhat sleepy, you have a few choices in how to re-stimulate this life force, because some of y'all are, you might have good ideas, or you might have the plan, or you're trying to implement the routine and be disciplined, but you're realizing you're lacking the power, right? So you're feeling lethargic, or you're going against your intentions, right? This is why people suffer with addiction, my beautiful souls. It's actually because their will might be strengthened, but it's not strengthened to the point where it's able to talk to the life force and tell the life force what to do. The life force is listening to the conditioned program self, the habitual self, right? Which would be to do what you always do, right? So, and the life force itself is not strong enough to enact the will. So we need to do something to arouse the life force. So this could be dancing, singing, something creative, that this could even be sex, but what it's asking for is the stretches. The stretches help the life force energy, if it's blocked, to start flowing, my beautiful soul. That's the whole point of the stretches. And when you're doing the stretches, you should be focusing on your breath. That's pranayama. And it's kind of trying to put your mind into a still place, and it's trying to stimulate. We're trying to stimulate the life force energy. We've got the heart chakra here, right? Which means also, right, I'm feeling like the first three chakras, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, right, might be too much focus there, and now we need to rise to the heart area. So my beautiful souls, what is the heart, right? We can say the heart chakra is about that self-love, and then turning that self-love external, so it becomes a platonic love, right? And then, or a personal love, so that you can love yourself, then you're able to love others, or love someone personally, and then extend that to your community, my beautiful souls. But on a deeper level, we talk about the third eye, and we talk about the crown, right? We realize that when we meditate, or we raise the kundalini, which is raising your life force from its base nature, the pre-chakral energy, up to the head. But what's really going on is you're replenishing, right? You're replenishing this life force energy. So through meditation, or maybe through the breath work, and focusing on your third eye, my beautiful souls, what happens is you're able to open the universal chi, the universal Shekem life force kundalini chi energy, right? And through the breath, you're able to bring that into your network, your energetic network. So what you're doing is rising the energy from your sacral, from your root chakra up, right? And then through your breath and the focusing on your third eye, the crown, or the universe's energy, descends into the crown, down into your third eye, down into your heart. Hence why we say we know something off by heart, or we get that gut feeling, my beautiful souls. So this heart also then becomes the regulator for the whole of your energetic system once you've risen up to that levels. So what is required basically at the moment is a form of meditation, but the form of meditation done through stretches and breath work, my beautiful souls. That's what I'm saying, because there seems to be a blockage with your energy flow. So it's almost like your mind cannot connect with the energy. So you're saying, I want to do this, and then we're waiting months and months and months. We're procrastinating, we're finding excuses, we're fearful, we're doubtful. So the energy rising up will be able to burn all of that basically, and connect back to the fertility of the universe, right? This is why we were saying that our identity is what needs to be changed, right? Because first, if you think that you are your feelings, then you are also your negative feelings. But when you realize your divinity, then you realize that you are not your feelings, you are a conscious being. Feelings are now energies, or emotions is energy, and you now can direct it in the way that you want it to be directed, and as opposed of being a product of this energies, my beautiful souls. Jeez, what an intense one. So yeah, you want asana, yogic postures, or kemetic yoga, my beautiful souls. And the key is, it's saying the heart chakra, but the key is we are bridging two worlds. So the animal spirit works through the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra, my beautiful souls, where the higher self works through your crown, your third eye, and your throat, and your basically your heart chakra, right? There are a few more, but let's not complicate it. So we're bridging the two worlds, right? On the tree of life, this would be us awakening to our Haru mode, right? Taking back control of our vehicle, steering it the way we want. The biggest message I could give y'all right now is that you are not your feelings. You are not who you say you are. We are transcending. We are becoming. Do not allow your personality or this world to cap you. That's what it's by saying, I am this person, I like that, and I mention this a lot. So this is reducing that, because this seems that this grounding in this personality is very restricting for us right now, my beautiful souls. Very, very restricting. So we don't want to box ourselves or be imprisoned by our own thinking. Boom. All right, my beautiful souls, catch us back next week. You can also check me out on TikTok, and that's the house, HOUS.OF.NU. And we're live every Wednesdays and Thursdays at 12 p.m. GMT time, my beautiful souls, on TikTok. Y'all get to see my face, and we go in, we do a little bit of live readings. Also, we do a collective aspect. We'll play some music. So until then, my beautiful souls, love, peace, and abundance.